Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, Lebanon, Tennessee. The dealer to trade for anything. Don't eat. All right, this is a holiday for our people in the city of Lebanon, and normally Jeff Baines and now Kristen Rice will be sending me somebody on the third Thursday of the month, and we decided to change things just a little bit. In fact, it turned out that Kristen had scheduled our fire chief, Jason Baird, to come out today. And I called Jason and said, we've kind of changed our plans a little bit. Can you make it next Thursday? And he'll be next Thursday and talk about the fire, all going on with the Lebanon Fire Department. But this morning it's a special program, really. This morning we're going to be talking with Randy Salas. Randy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman. How you doing?
Kenny is your son. Sometimes I get you all mixed up.
Yeah, he is my son. I get called that a lot.
But I thought that it would be nice, and Susie thought it would be nice, and you thought it would be nice to kind of review Cumberland baseball and talk a little baseball this morning. And so we're glad to have you here.
Glad to be here. Always enjoy talking Cumberland baseball, and especially on this show.
Well, what have you done since the tournament ended? Is it a period to wind down a little bit?
I tell you what, immediately after we lost out in the national playoffs, I think we had a few days of mourning. But since then, right now the Cumberland baseball camp's going on, and if anybody drives by the ballpark, we'll see hundreds of little kids out there from 7-year-old on up to 14-year-old. Been going on for about 3 weeks, and that's always a big deal. And as you know, Coleman, that's been going on for 45 years probably, and probably every kid in Wilson County went to that Cumberland baseball camp. And there's a lot of people listening right now said, I went to that when I was a kid. And yeah, that's the way it is. That's what's going on now. I think this is the last week of it.
How did you actually get, I guess, invited, or maybe you asked for the job, but to do Cumberland baseball?
Well, it just I had a little experience doing this kind of stuff in a previous life, and Coach Mitch Walters and Lynn Bogle had done it for years and years and years, and Lynn Bogle retired, and Coach Walters, Tommy Bryan, jumped in after Lynn Bogle had retired and did it with Mitch Walters for several years, and then Tommy stopped doing it, and Coach Walters was by himself for several years. And it's hard to do a baseball game by yourself. You have to talk all the time. You have to keep up all the stats and everything. And so, of course, I listened to every game that I wasn't at, even the games I would go to. I'd listen. And I had become friends with Coach Woody Hunt over the years, just through the years of going to ball games and watching games, and he and I being friends and talking about the team and following the team on road games. And so when I retired, I just asked Coach Walters, I said, would you like some help? I have a little experience doing this, not a lot. And I told him, I said, look, I think I'll be better than nothing. And if I'm not better than nothing, well, just fire me after 1 year and we'll be done with it. So anyway, that worked out well. And I think we did a good job together. I think we made a good team. Coach Walters is a good friend of mine, and we became even better friends. And then he retired, and so then they bumped me up into lead play-by-play guy, and that's kind of where we are. I've been 7 years now on the radio. So
it just doesn't seem like it could possibly be that long.
I know. I think the same thing sometimes.
The older I get, the faster time seems to fly.
I hear you.
And speaking of time flying, it's already past time for us to do our break. So we've got Randy Salas here, and a lot more to talk about after this break on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota. They have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator, plus 0% financing. It's going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main Now with traffic, here's Chuck.
Give yourself a little bit of extra time out here as this rain moves through Middle Tennessee. It's starting to pick up with traffic volume 65 north up through Williamson County from Franklin into Brentwood. 24 has gotten a little bit heavier westbound. 24 coming up through Murfreesboro all the way up into Antioch. Again, standing water on main and secondary arteries. Building downtown already there at I-40 at the Mudbrim and Broadway. Princess Hot Chicken karaoke tonight at the Tanger location. It's always fun on Thursday nights. Order online throughout the day. PrincessHotChicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
AG & Johnson is your experienced real estate and auction company, specializing in residential, commercial, and personal property auctions. Did you know that auctions are a fast and efficient way to sell your property? Auctions reduce time on the market and have an exact selling date. Call us for an in-home consultation today at 615-444-0909. AG & Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main Street in Lebanon. Or find us online at agandjohnson.com. Voted best auction company in Wilson County.
The 2025 AGJA Classic Grand Ole Gelvy Junior Classic is coming to Lebanon June 22nd through the 27th at the James E. Ward Ag Center. Come see youth from across the country exhibit their prize-winning show cattle, along with a full week of contests, clinics, showmanship, and of course the National Gelvy and Balancer shows, plus the annual banquet and much more. June 22nd through the 27th at the James E. Ward Ag Center. For more info, visit Facebook at the American Gelvy Junior Association.
All right, again, thanks to Randy Salas for coming out to talk Coleman baseball with us this morning. And Coleman really turned it around this year.
We did. We had an excellent season. Won 39 games, lost only 15. It's the most wins since 2014 for Cumberland baseball. Of course, 2014 was the last time we won the national championship. Mm-hmm. And the 39 wins, it may not seem like much, but the rules have been low. You can't schedule but 50 games, regular season games. So to have 39 wins, that's very good. Used to, in the old days, in the Woody Hunt days and all, you could schedule a lot more games. So yeah, 39 wins is a lot out of 54 games, so that's good. And it was finished second in the conference regular season, and then won the conference championship in the conference tournament and advanced to the national playoffs for the second time in 3 years. Very good season. The goal of Cumberland baseball is always the World Series, and we fell just short of that, just a little short of that. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a successful season. Doesn't mean it wasn't a really good season. It was a very good season.
Still, it's just that last game, when you don't win that last game, it's a disappointment no matter what.
That's right.
Year it is.
It's hard, and this one was hard, and this team fought, and this team had a lot of good chemistry. We talked about that on the air, Chris Slaughter and I, my broadcast partner, all year long. The good team chemistry, good senior leadership from guys like Preston Welshel and Trent Dukeshire and Quinlan Wiley and others. Just good senior leadership, and yeah, it was tough when it came to an end, but it's going to be that way for every team in America but one is going to lose their last game.
You probably get, I'm sure you're close to Coach Hunt, but fairly close to some of those ball players because you see them.
Yes, that's exactly right. Chris Slaughter and I become we get to be close to these young men, especially those that are here, 2 years, sometimes 3 years. It's not many of them that's here 4 years because we typically recruit mostly junior college guys. But yeah, we get close to these guys, and it's sad when they leave, But typically they'll be back around from time to time, as the years go on, and But yeah, we do get close to these guys, and that last game, and Susie James was there, and she can tell you, it was a tear-filled evening at that last game.
Well, you not only get close to some of these players, but through your broadcast, you get close to some of their parents and their fans that live far away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have people listening literally with the internet, from literally all over the world. I mean, almost every state. And then we had fans in Australia listening because we had a player from there. Japan, we had a player from Japan, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, Canada, and then all over the country. And they listen in and they text Slaughter and I during the games. And yeah, we get to know these guys. And then typically we'll get to meet a lot of the parents who, some parents live in California or wherever, they'll typically try to make at least one trip to watch their son play, and we make a point to try to meet these guys, and we actually enjoy it a lot.
Well, you have, but of course, if it was just our radio signal, obviously doesn't carry that far. But with the way things are today, it's quite different from what it was 20, 30 years ago, before the internet, before, it might have been longer than that. But anyway, I don't know how long we've been doing this, but it's not just on 98.9 or 14.9 or 900, wherever it is. You're getting out there and you're being heard in all these faraway places.
Yeah, WANTFM.com. It's basically the radio station on the internet, so people listen from all over. And then, of course, our home games we broadcast on the Cumberland website with video and audio. And so all our home games, we have a big listening audience. Kyle Allen, our sports information director, does a great job with that. And he showed us the stats the other day. 53,000 listeners. Of course, I mean, it's not 53,000 different people, obviously, but throughout the school year, that's a lot of people. And
well, just to share one parent's feelings on this, I want to read this that was sent to Susie James here at the station. It says, I hope you're doing well. I meant to send you this note a month ago, but it got sidetracked. I wanted to extend a heartfelt thank you for providing the Cumberland baseball games on WANT-FM. Given my job and the fact that the games are played in the middle of the day, I don't get to see them play as much as I would like. The radio broadcast has truly been a game changer for me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Randy and Chris do a great job. Their broadcast is so much better than the other schools. It is very professional and as good as listening to a major league team on the radio. When Cumberland is on the road, I listen to your station and watch the other schools' terrible video. Once again, thank you for all your hard work and dedication in making this possible. Now that's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, that was from Jeff Hawson. That's our third baseman, Gaines Hawson. That's his dad, and yeah, that does make us feel really good. And Susie shared that with me yesterday, and I'm glad that a lot of these parents have got to meet Susie when she came to the postseason games in Bowling Green and Kingsport, and to express to her how much they appreciate the ball games being carried on the radio station. And when I say radio station, that includes WANTFM.com, because they can listen from literally anywhere on the planet.
You've been doing this, you said 7 years?
That's correct.
I don't remember when you started. I mean, I can't compare when you started to now, but no doubt you have improved, and
well, I hope so.
as a sportscaster. But it ought to be about second nature to you now. But I've watched listened to Lynn Vogel and of course Mitch Walters, and they probably didn't have the time to dedicate the energy and effort that you have. But I've never seen anybody so into it as you are. It's almost like during the baseball season you live and breathe baseball.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and I guess it's kind of true. I absolutely do enjoy it, and Chris Slaughter, my broadcast partner, same way, former player. But
yeah.
but you're right. I am retired, and I have time to devote to it. And Lynn Vogel and Mitch Walters didn't. They were working.
I'd love to have you come out here and talk about it. And you are out here at least, I guess, once or twice a week during the season, and you keep us. We know about Cumberland whether we want to. but another thing you have done, Randy, you have brought a number of players out here and let them do a little promo for the game, and that benefits the radio station, obviously, and let them know that we've got a radio station in town.
Yeah, and the players, they get a kick out of that. I could record that on my phone and send it to Billy Goodman, but that's not what I want to do. I want to bring these guys out here. Number one, I like for them to meet you and Susie and MJ and Billy and all the people out here. I want them to see what's behind this, and I want them to get a little taste of it's kind of big time. It's not the SEC, it's not the Big Ten, but it's it's better than most NAIA schools have. Most small colleges have. And I like for them to meet you guys and see how much y'all care about Cumberland baseball. And like when I bring them in and Billy or MJ or Susie says, "Oh yeah, well you pitched a great game last weekend," or "I heard you hit that grand slam on Friday," that kind of thing. Those guys' eyes light up. I want them to know how much y'all care. I want them to know how much effort is put into these broadcasts from not me but the people here. And it's a win-win. They enjoy coming out here, and I enjoy bringing them out here.
Well, and just a quick word here. You do have sponsors, and certainly appreciate them. Without sponsors, it would be a lot more difficult to have the broadcast, maybe impossible, because it does take a little money. I wanted to. We've got 3 minutes left here, Randy, but we got to be thinking about next year a little bit. And as you mentioned, some players are just here a year, some 2, some 3, but rarely 4.
Right.
And so there's some turnover. What's next year?
A lot of turnover. We lost a lot of really, really good players. And the coaches have been recruiting since before the season ended. They don't stop recruiting. It's a 24-hour a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year job. How's the recruiting going? Well, I went to a Sounds game last night, and I was talking to the pitching coach, Daniel Barado, and I asked him how it's going. He said, "Well, it's going good, but I mean, what do you say? I mean, you think you've signed good players. Sometimes you get them here and they're not as good as you thought. Sometimes you get them here and they're a lot better than you thought." So they did a good job. We had a lot of good players last year, a lot of good new players. So the problem with it, especially with kids transferring now like they do, that even affects at our level. You got to rebuild your team every year, almost rebuild. We've got 2 or 3 good position player starters coming back. We got to get a lot of new pitchers. It's just it's that simple. You got to rebuild every year, but so does everybody else.
And you're planning to continue what you're doing, at least for the foreseeable future, I hope.
Until they fire me, I suppose.
Well, it's a while before it'll all start again, but it has been a really great season. A lot more attention, I think, directed to the baseball team this year because of their wins, and we look forward to more.
Yeah, it was a great season. 39 wins, like I said, the most since 2014. 8 players named, I think it was 8, all Mid-South Conference. Ryan Hunt was the coach of the year in the Mid-South Conference, and one of the best moments of the year was when we won the conference championship. The conference tournament championship. When Woody Hunt retired, to honor him, they named the trophy presented to the conference champion as the Woody Hunt Trophy. And Woody Hunt got to present that trophy to his son Ryan on the field after we won the conference tournament in Bowling Green. Very emotional moment, good emotions, happy emotions. It was one of the highlights of a season full of many highlights. We threw a no-hitter for the first time since 2012. Our shortstop, Drew Dalton-Akawumi, made a great catch that was on ESPN Sports Center's top play of the day, which is insane for an NAIA school to make that. Carter Ross was named All-American pitcher. He took a perfect game into the 8th inning against Lindsey Wilson, was named National Pitcher of the Week. Just a lot of highlights this season. University of Cumberland's was the big bad wolf in our conference, ranked number 6 in the country, undefeated coming into our place the last weekend of the season. We beat them 4 out of 6, at the last weekend of the season and in the conference tournament championship. So a lot of highlights, just a lot of good things to talk about this season. And if next season goes like this, it's going to be another fun year.
Well, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Coleman. Always enjoy it.
Randy Salers, a voice of Cumberland Bulldogs, and that's part 1 of Coleman and Company. More coming up here on FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the